Yeah, just wanted to say that it feels so weird that I'm going to Ukraine with you. I have the association with you that you are from Spain. I don't believe that you are here making this journey with me to Ukraine. So I'm like in this kind of state, like I don't know if I'm in Spain or I'm in Ukraine. So I'm just somewhere in the middle.
You always do this alone?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Don't tell my mom.
Dear Mom, I promise I can explain this one. Actually, maybe I can't, but I'm gonna try. Do you remember Nati, my neighbor from Andalusia? I met her when I had just moved to Spain and couldn't really cope with my own inner chaos. But she seemed calm in a way I didn't understand yet.
My trip, my transformation, I would say, started when the war in the Ukraine started. Firstly, I didn't want to go anywhere. I wanted to stay in Ukraine. This is my home. This is like, no, I cannot go anywhere. I cannot like abandon, my surrounding, my family. I cannot go.
This is what dogs do, not cats. What the fuck?
Just like a dog.
My father was telling me that maybe you try to go abroad because, I was in Kyiv alone and my family was in another city. My parents didn't want to leave because they have their work, they have their things there, and I cannot say just let's go and where to go, what to do. So it's complicated. My friends, they didn't have the possibility where to go. So I decided to go alone because through the time I understood that something is growing in me, like something negative, with all this media in Ukraine, with the explosions, with everything. Like, no, I cannot, I need to do something. I cannot stay in this place for now. The feeling that I need to do something was stronger than this fear that, oh my God, I'm going alone.
Many times to kill.
How often do you go visit Ukraine?
Uh, it depends, but I'm trying to do it at least once per year because the trip to Ukraine is not very easy with many trains, plane, and buses.
Can you walk me through the whole journey?
Yeah. From here, we would need to take the BlaBlaCar. So we go to Algeciras. It's the point where BlaBlaCar will be waiting for us. Then from there we go to Malaga airport. So then the plane that goes from Spain to Poland, Warsaw. Then we would need to take the train to the city that is close to the Ukraine border. It's Helm, and then it's not over. The last, it's from Helm to Kyiv.
Has anyone ever joined you?
No, mostly by myself because, there's no one to join me on this way from Tarifa to Ukraine.
Mom, in my defense, she said there was no one to join her. And I was right there. What was I supposed to do? Just be emotionally normal? You know that's not really my brand. So, we left before sunrise. Nati was going home, and I was trying to understand what home means when it's no longer that simple.
Do you think you would have left the country if it wasn't for the war?
I think yes, but in a different way. I'm going out because of the war, and if there wasn't a war, I would just, oh, okay, I'm just going for a trip. I like to travel, and yeah, maybe I would go also, but not in this kind of mood. Yeah, pressure to leave now because I couldn't cope with what is going on inside me and outside of this, all the media, all the explosion, all the information, just like.
Nosotros vamos a Ucrania.
¿Dónde?
Ucrania.
Slava Ucrania.
Oh.
¿Por qué soy ucraniana?
No, yo no.
Yo soy.
Yo soy brasileña.
Mi mujer es ucraniana de Kharkov.
Kharkov.
Slava Ucrania, que no Slava. El escudo de Ucrania, ¿no lo ves?
Oh, wow.
Me lo
¿Y
hice
eso?
yo.
Ah, ¿te lo hiciste tú? Wow.
Claro.
Qué lindo.
Apoyo mucho a Ucrania. Yo me voy a un concierto feliz.
That was the first time when I was feeling the fear, like what is this? Because it was like all body was trembling, and I just didn't know what to do. Firstly, then we of course now we are more adapted. We have the phones, and then we can watch. Okay, the rocket is there, but in the beginning, like what to do? I saw the people just running, and wow.
Yo se lo mando a mi madre ahora. Roi des gros sur son trône. Il est français, ça j'en suis sûr. Maman, que non, maman. On est parti.
I just opened Instagram and
Nice Instagram, thank you.
It's great. That's not great.
sometimes the media make you feel the fear like too much. They can show the situation and make it bigger than it actually is. In the beginning was a lot of things that I couldn't stand. They started to say these things, and then they started to play with us like, okay, the war will finish in 2 months. No, the war will still going. No, maybe we need 6 months. No, I'm watching the news still because I cannot be outside of this, but at least I can reduce the information that is coming.
Putin o puta.
When I moved to Spain, it passed already some time after the war started.
If you can see, here is like Ukrainian V, O, L, and Ya. It means vola. It means freedom. Thinking about how can I complain about my oversized backpack.
There were many volunteers, especially in Poland. They were helping us and to go through, and they were helping us even to translate something because there are older people who doesn't understand English or any other language, and they need these translators.
680. Okay. Oh.
Now it is less because people are already adapted and they already know the way how to go to Europe and what to do.
This cough is so bad. How many times have you done this trip?
Like, I don't know, maybe 10, even more.
Oh, wow.
Now everybody know that you're in Warsaw.
Warsaw.
That's what I appreciate. We can make these documents a little bit faster. For example, we have the temporal protection in Europe, and it lets you stay in Europe 1 year. There's like a permission to work there, permission to get the medical help. So it's a lot of help, at least that you can stay in Europe. Firstly, I left Ukraine. I had a friend abroad, and I needed, some friend there that can help me because I didn't go just for unfamiliar place without any knowledge.
We are very bit tired of it, but still need to take another day.
So I didn't feel very comfortable in that place where I was. And I started to realize that I need just to work what I have inside, that my perception of the world would be better. Because no matter if you are in the most beautiful place, you can just have this something inside that you can see through your eyes that it's ugly, but actually it's very beautiful. So it's something was inside of me that I needed to work on. There were many situations because of the work. My mind completely changed. I wanted to quit my job. I wanted to start a completely other way because in this moment something was changing, and that's why I came back to Ukraine. It's just Ukraine. It's my familiar place. Even if it's explosion and everything, it's my place where I was born and where I can stay just like my base. We have the notification that there is an alarm around the Kyiv. Not something is flying.
Something's flying.
Something is flying.
So when you have alarms like this, what do people have to do?
It depends. If it's not like really, really dangerous, we just continue. But if there is like a danger that it can be on our side, so maybe we would need to go out from the train. But I don't think it will be very dangerous. So I hope we can get to Kyiv already.
Yeah.
What I miss about Ukraine, I don't know, this sense of native, like something that from my childhood, these roads, the places, the people, the family, these just like some native things from my childhood that was even before the war, for example, because here is everything is new, and in Ukraine it's just something that was very like native. The destinations that are occupied by Russia, so we cannot go, but they put like the remembrance that we had this destination and we will have in the future.
Ah, okay.
Have a gun over them.
I think the only gun I have is in my hands right now.
Like everybody is speaking about war on the phone. Maybe you cannot understand, but I understand that people just like, smiling. But I can see through this, and I can see that maybe the woman lost her child in the war, or the parents, but she is still having this smile. Or the man is just talking on the phone, but he's talking about the war, the signboards, everything is like the surface, everything is normal, but deeply inside, it's everybody has their own story. People are doing this just for the safety, if in case the window will broke from the explosion, at least it will not be little pieces of the glass.
Hi. Привет.
This is Anya, Danya.
Hi, Danya. Привет.
Alexia.
Nice to meet you.
Привіт, Даня. Що трапилося? Що таке? Де Даня? Where's Даня? Де Даня? Даня.
Is there a part of you that is ever afraid
Afraid of what?
of something bad happening?
In Ukraine?
Yeah, when you're here.
No, of course, because there's always fear inside. They like to attack at night, so of course I'm afraid when I go to sleep. It's very randomly, it's very unexpectedly. One day you can spend like, wow, it's a great day today, and the other day can be completely different. So people used to live like today. They don't make a plans for the future anymore.
So when I was here 10 years ago, I had a problem with media management in my camera. There's just one photo left from Kyiv, and I just wanted to know if you can, if you know it, and if you can take me there. Look, this is the place we saw yesterday. You were showing me.
People are getting more and more adapted to war. In the same time, they're trying to live their lives. So you see our cafe, they are open, they are still, have this competition who is better, and they are providing the good services. They are still even in this situation, everybody trying to look beautiful, and the girls like with their hairs, and trying to be stylish, and trying to go to the fitness, and yeah, the life is going on. So
There she is! 10 years later, literally.
we lost our fields because of the war. They are or burned or they are bombed, so we have less products. The prices are getting higher, and I can compare even with European prices that it's almost in the same level, but the salaries are much lower than in Europe.
What do we do? Do we find a shelter or something?
No, I mean, I will read what is happening now.
People don't seem to give a fuck.
It's like can be like 5 times per day. People cannot just stop doing what they're doing and go to the shelter every time. But at night, at least, you need to do.
You should get one for your toilet.
In the beginning of the war, when the Russians put the marks on the buildings or the places where they are planning to attack, there was a news like one man just pooped on this point. Yeah, it was. This is the mentality that we have. Maybe we have this, serious faces every time, but we like to make jokes. It's already overwhelming. It's already so negative. It's already frustrating. If would be not any humor, I don't think we would even stand this war.
How did you stop? Stop. Stop.
Coming back would be also from zero, because I left these things already here in Ukraine. If I come back, I would need also to start from zero, but of course it will be in a familiar place for me. Or like in between, the double life that we have parents in Ukraine, we have friends here, but still we are there with the new things outside of Ukraine.
Mama! And this? Kuma. What is Kuma?
Kuma is godmother.
Ah, like godmother, Guma.
The home for me is not a specific point on the map. Location, it matters, of course, but it should be the feeling what is inside of you. It's like the mix of the location of your feeling and the people around you.
So we're going on a mission. Another one.
You see even in Kyiv, there are some houses are new, they are great, someone is building houses, and the other that we will see today, for example, completely destroyed and many people died. So it's very big contrast, even mentally and emotionally, and you can see physically. From Crimea, this is the style of Crimea, the Tatar people. So it's like, it is difficult to stay now in Ukraine. It is difficult to not stay in Ukraine for now, because if you're living forcefully the country where you spent all your life, it is difficult, especially if you don't know where to go, how to start, what work you can do. For the people who stay here, of course, it's hard in another level. Yeah, it's very sad because people are trying, to build, to buy new apartments, to live, to, I don't know, make new stuff, just to continue to live, and then suddenly you see that. So yeah, I told you that for me switching is harder to come from Ukraine to Spain. Switch from the place of this kind of workhouse to the silent place.
Ew, I can't. I really struggle with the cold water.
When you come to the place where it's like here, it's silence, you start to hear more what is inside, and a lot of things also coming out on the surface. It's like the spiritual place point. So that's what I was searching. So I found this platform for volunteering. First one was about yoga retreat. That's what I needed in that time to work on myself on inside. After yoga retreat that I was in, but before I came here, I found it very interesting to discover myself through the chakras, through the different aspects of our lives. And here I started to explore more, and with my boyfriend we went in a deeper spiritual way, and it helped me just with the focus and really to see through myself. Doesn't seem. Okay, so we close our lives. Yeah, we close our lives. We close our eyes and get ready for the meditation. Set our intention. I moved to a new country for me. I need to learn the things that I didn't know. It's something more transformative for me, because I need to really come out from my comfort zone to speak Spanish to people, for example, that I learn. If I have my product, my spiritual product, that Nati that I created, so I need to also to show this to people somehow, and I need always to make some steps to adapt here in this place. If I want to settle down, I need to start from zero, and it's not easy. But despite that difficulty, I feel that this is my place, and I want to be here, at least in this period of my life. I felt like this can be my home, and this is the place where I can be. My home for now is like in Ukraine and this place where I'm now. I cannot choose like specific point, because in Ukraine I have my people. I feel like it's my place because I was born there and I know everything there. Here I have also my people, but they are new. I built new relationship here, and it's not sometimes very easy to cope with everything, but it feels like it can be mine. It is mine, and I can stay here, and let's see how it's going.
And so that was it. Almost 3,000 kilometers from the chaos, everything looked suspiciously normal. The beach was still there, the wind was still personally attacking everyone, but something had shifted. Nati wasn't just my neighbor anymore. She was the person I had crossed borders with. The person who showed me that fear, humor, and home can all live in the same body. And that sometimes the only sane response to insanity is to laugh. So, Mom, of course I cannot promise I won't get in trouble again. But I promise I'll keep crossing the distance between the stories we hear and the people who live them. Please don't be mad.
So aggressive.
Love, Alexia.